So this problem is asking us to find the values of V and I in this figure. Where are our values? I and then V right there. So this shape is kind of strange, right? Kind of what we were talking about earlier. But how we have this point here, point there, and point there, similar to the previous problem that we did where we took that wire and bunched it down and made it into one small point, we can stretch it back out. So if we were to do it like this, oops. Okay, and there we are. All right. So essentially what I did was, that's 0.1, that's 0.2, that's 0.3. 0.3 is still there. What I did was 0.1 is right here. The end of this 20 ohm resistor is also 0.1. Up here, this point between the two 20 ohm resistors is 0.2. This point at the top is also 0.2. And then this top right here is 0.2 as well. This is supposed to be 0.3. Okay. And here, I'll connect these so you can see. All right. So like we said, from where we bunched them up and then stretched them out, it's the same exact thing. We just did the opposite here. All right. So now we have our new circuit, which is a little bit easier to work with now. And to find our values of V and I, to find the value of V, let's go ahead and break this entire thing down into one resistor and one source. And for the sake of time, we're just going to find V. Okay. So here, we'll see these two are in series. There's going to be a lot of redrawing in the first parts of these videos. In the later sections, I'm not going to redraw this as much. So our series 1 is going to be 10 plus 10, which will give us 20. So here, this is 20. And we see now that how many of these are in parallel with each other.
4 of them?
Yeah. So 20 and then 20 as well. So if we do R parallel, it should be 1 over 20 plus 1 over 20 plus 1 over 20 plus 1 over 20. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. When you do this math, this will give us 5 ohms. All right. So if we go and redraw it, $25, 20, that's 5. This will be 20. Okay. And then that last one there will be 5. Okay. So then now we see that these two are in series. So this will be series 2. So R series 2 will be 20 plus 5, which will give us 25. $25, 25, and then 5, 8 amps. Okay, we see that these two are in parallel with each other. R parallel 2. 25 times 25 over 25 plus 25. 12.5. And this will be 5 and 12.5. And then finally, we see that these two are in series. So 5 plus 12.5, which will give us 17.5 ohms. And then finally, 8 amps. 17.5 ohms plus minus V. And if we do V is equal to IR, so V is equal to IR, we know that 8 amps is going this way. It can't escape. 8 amps is going that way. So V is going to equal 8 amps times 17.5 ohms. So V is going to be equal to 140 volts. All right. So a lot of these problems are just realizing that you can manipulate the circuit itself and kind of stretch things out and crush them back down. Uh, and most of the time, it's going to be just a lot of long reshaping of things and just breaking everything down to one resistor. Does anyone have any questions on this one before we go into the last problem? All right. All right. Hearing none, so I'll go on to the